Hey guys, welcome to Strangle School. I'm Josh Moody, and today I actually want to talk about something that's not directly grappling related, but it's one of the most common problems that I find with white belts, and every now and then even with blue belts too. And that's how to tie your belt. So there's a lot of different ways to tie your belt. I'm going to show you the old school way, and then I'm going to tell you to never tie it that way again, because there's a way better way. It involves a couple more steps, but your belt won't come untied. Okay? So the traditional way of tying your belt is to find the middle of your belt. Okay, I gotta close up my gi. I gotta find the middle of my belt. I'm gonna put it right in the center of my body. I'm gonna take the belt around. I'm gonna cross it, and I want it to be nice and smooth. I don't want any like big angles here. I don't want to start switching stuff up. I want it to be relatively smooth. I can feel that it's not quite there. Okay, I always want that as smooth as possible. I'm gonna come back out around to the front. Doesn't really matter which one goes on top, which one goes on bottom. Okay, but it does matter what you do once you get there. So I take one, I put it over the other one. Whichever one's on top is going to come underneath both parts of my belt. So I go down, and it comes under the entire belt, and it comes back up. Now right here, I'm going to pull it wide. I never pull vertical, I always pull horizontal. Okay? I'm going to take the top one, it's going to go over the bottom one, and you see how I turn the bottom one over? Top over bottom, I turn the bottom one over. The top one is going to come up through the bottom, and I'm going to pull my belt wide. And that is your more traditional version of tying your belt. There's another version where they don't go through. I'll let that out. Okay. Tie your belt is actually not to do all that stuff. It's to find your tab and take your tab and tuck it into your back pocket. Now I'm going to take my belt around. I'm going to wrap it over that tab right here. Okay, so that this is nice and smooth. I want this to be as flush as possible. My belt is going to come all the way around me again. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to come underneath both. I go from the bottom up, and I pull the whole thing up. Now I can let go. I'm going to reach back, I'm going to find my tab, and I'm going to bring it to the front. I'm going to pull it wide to get it tight, and I'm going to take the bottom one, and I'm going to build a loop. Now this is going to sound stupid, but this is how I think of it, and I think this is the easiest way to get this right. I need to make sure that I can always drive a Hot Wheel car along this racetrack here, okay? If I were to take my belt and start to flip it, my Hot Wheel car would fall off when it tries to flip. So even one little flip, if I try and go like that, my Hot Wheel car is going to fall off this loop. But if I keep it clean, if I get enough speed, it'll drive all the way around. So I flip this loop back over, and I'm going to come in front of the other side, okay? I come in front of the other side, and I go in between the two belt loops. And I tuck it in right there. And I leave a lot of slack right here. Now this other one's going to come over. It's going to come over the front, and it's going to come up through this hole. And I still got to make sure that I never flip my Hot Wheel tracks. It stays nice and flat. And now it's going to come in between my belt over here. Okay? It's nice and smooth on both sides. I grab both corners and I pull it wide. Thanks for checking into Strangle School. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This time and every time, thank you for being here.